It's 5 a.m. and my breathing has stopped again. The world goes quiet like a storm right before the end. You bite your nails as you run to the exit sign. There's no time to wait because the day has come. Every single night, never ending. It's an endless storm and the rain's unrelenting. But that's the way this world is run, though it is a hopeless one. Even if you keep on falling, keep on moving forward, even if you're barely crawling. Although you're half asleep, stumbling, you gotta keep up the fight. Once again, you're lost in that world in your head. Don't you see what you've been missing? You could be living out your wildest dreams. This tangled maze keeps on twisting, twisting. Through the chaos we'll keep persisting. The sound of a bell call for a new adventure and the start of a brand new beginning. I don't know which way I should be going. It's really scary to run not knowing. But with every step we go stronger. I know that soon we will find our way because the day has come.
Did you at least try everything?
2 months have passed since we last saw Team Blaze, but even under the guidance of Benin, the group still hadn't gotten their act together. Although Blaze and Jaune had started acting as partners again, the same could not be said for Weiss and Yang. Both still bickered with each other, with their clashing hobbies and personality. Blaze tried to sort this out as a leader, but of course they'd still bicker with each other. Due to him now being partnered with Jaune, he decided to have a discussion with him on the current state of the team.
Yeah, I did a team bond once. That didn't work. I tried having a group to eat lunch with each other, but that didn't work. I even tried to take them to the movies, Jaune. Nothing worked between these two.
Okay, I get it. But, have you tried any other methods?
Oh, Jaune, please, do not talk to me about methods.
Right, sorry about that. But we have to find a way to show your dad and Ozpin that we belong here. Otherwise, we'll be gone from Beacon.
I know. Just need a little rest. Then once I get back to full energy, or at least half of the energy, I will try and think of another method.
Have you tried doing an intervention?
Huh?
An intervention? It's like, when you gather people around and have them talk about their problems and help them find a way to solve it.
So you mean to tell me that I have to gather 2 raging girls in each of the 4 tables, sit down, and discuss our feelings?
Yeah.
Well, at this point, I am willing to try anything.
With a new plan that would hopefully work, Blaze arranged the group to have a sort of meeting with each other. It was hard for the hybrid to convince Yang, but even more so with Weiss, having to give a reason to even bother. After enough convincing and pestering, she reluctantly complied, and by Friday, Team Blaze were all in a room together.
So, welcome to our very first serious meeting, I guess.
Just get to the point, Blaze.
Right, yeah. So, during the past week, you two haven't exactly been acting as partners. You guys have been yelling at each other, nearly got into fights, and you both stay a length away from each other. We're here to discuss how we can fix this.
How can you think I could possibly get along with Firecracker here?
First off, you don't get to call me by that. Second, or better question is, why should I get along with the control freak here?
Control freak? I'm trying to get this team right.
Team right? You mean get us to be on your level. For us to be what you want us to be, like mere puppets.
Puppets? How dare you? I worry for this team.
Worry? You're the problem with this team in the first place.
Blaze and Jaune are most likely dead weight to you. You are technically most likely to get kicked. You constantly go out at night, and for what? To party!
Blaze nervously looked back and forth between the girls, trying desperately to think of a way to defuse the situation.
Weiss, come on, let's not do this right now. Just stop.
No, Blaze. Someone has to tell her. If anything, you're the one who's the problem.
Problem? You don't know anything about me!
You can't say the same thing to me either.
Oh, I don't need to, 'cause I know how bratty and cruel your family is.
Cruel? You don't know anything about my family. I had a difficult childhood. My life is not perfect, so don't think it was.
Well, we all had a difficult childhood. I was left out in a wilderness. I met people who have come and go all my entire life. All I had was Ruby and Blaze. I lost 2 mothers, one which was a true mother to me and was murdered. You want to know what happened to the other mom? My mom? She left! Not died, not taken away, left! Without even saying anything!
The room fell silent, and Yang went limp, realizing what she just said. Without any hesitation, she sat up and started to walk out.
Yang!
I just need some time, Blaze.
As Yang left the room, the air became tense for the remaining 3 teammates. Blaze's eyes drifted to the others, seeing Jaune look sorry at the situation, while Weiss just stood there, as though she were frozen. She didn't exactly know what to say, being caught off by Yang's reveal, but still wasn't willing to admit any wrongdoing. It was as though she were trying to put up an act, one that Blaze was certainly not buying.
Weiss, what did you do?
Look, it's not my fault that Hothead had...
No, you stop it right now! I have heard just about enough of that talk from you. It's not gonna fly with me anymore. I tried to be nice. I tried to let you figure all this out on your own. I tried to let the teachers and my own father deal with your attitude. You could tailor categorize your own partner. You categorize me. You don't even know the hard struggle I had to get through to get here. And it was never because my parents helped run the school. I haven't even cheated in the first place. I tried to tell you this. I worked super hard and Austin must have noticed and decided to bring me into Beacon earlier. Maybe if you had known us better, you would have understood. But no, you had to act all high and mighty. Now you driving your own partner to go out and do the one thing you claimed you didn't want her to do. Look, I don't know what's going on in that little princess head of yours. And quite frankly, I don't care. That's your own personal problem. And if I were you, I'd deal with it real fast. Right now, I'm gonna go find Yang and bring her back home. I can't even stand to be in the same building as you right now. And you dare call yourself a huntress.
The last comment drew 2 shocked gasps from his teammates. Weiss especially looked visibly shaken by his words. But Blaze no longer cared, as he was far too riled up in the moment to worry about her feelings. Blaze got up from his chair and left the room as Jaune decided to join his partner in search of Yang. All that remained was Weiss, becoming the definition of the loneliest person of all. Heading into Vale, Blaze and Jaune looked around for their blonde teammate, stopping at every shop and every club with no luck. The 2 later stopped after walking through the empty streets of Vale on what seemed to be a long road.
Come on, Blaze.
Jaune, she's been gone all night. Weiss pushed it too far. I'm not going to be around her, not until I at least find Yang.
I understand, but we've looked everywhere, and she's nowhere to be found.
I think I know one place she might be in.
After her argument with Weiss, Yang decided it was best to hurry and take her mind off of everything. Only one place she knew had the cure for all that stress. Sitting at the bar of her acquaintance after threatening another ballroom blitz, she looked around at her now empty drink, circling the glass with her finger as her mind pondered what to do after she'd inevitably be expelled from Beacon.
Strawberry sunrise. And please, don't put any ice in there. Matter of fact, make that too.
Blake?
Hey.
Did you follow me?
Well, I wouldn't say follow. You are a little difficult to find. I figured this would be the place you would run up to. That and Bumblebee was parked outside.
ID, please.
He's with me. Get the damn drinks, pal.
Rolling his eyes, the bartender went away and came back with their drinks. The 2 sat awkwardly together, both not saying anything. As Blaze finished his drink, Yang began to talk.
So, did you come to bring me back? Because if so, then...
Relax, I'm not here to take you back to Beacon.
Then what are we here for? Sorry, too loud. Please, continue with your lovely moment.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm not here to take you back. In fact, I'd rather not be around Weiss any longer for tonight. So I'm basically here to stay with you to wherever you're going.
I know I will have to come back, but just not now.
Do you want to talk about it upstairs?
There's an upstairs?
Yeah, Yank. You've been here for, like, a lot of times. I'm surprised you didn't know the whole area.
Yeah, come on.
The pair got up and walked over to where the couches and chairs were. Blaze courtesied for Yang to sit down first, but Yang took his hand so that they both sat on the couch together.
You know, you didn't have to come.
What do you mean? You're my closest friends, and a part of this team. Of course I'd come for you. Always.
I know, but...
Hey, this is about Weiss. If she doesn't get her act together, it'll be she that becomes the one leaving, not us. We're better off as 3 people anyway, so who cares about her? But it's not Weiss I'm worried about at this moment. It's you. Is it Weiss that's making you do this, or...
My mom? Yeah. I keep thinking a lot about her. Still curious on where she is and why she left. And with the addition of school...
Look, I know it's difficult for you. I may not know what it's like to experience abandonment issues, as I always have my... I do know that it's rough, especially what we're dealing with, but think about RWBY. Think about what she would have thought seeing you like this. You told her when we were little you wanted to be a role model for her, someone she could look up to and be just like. And I want my best friend, the person that I saw could get through any challenge. It's just like you said, you're the golden one. So please, stop this and come back. Not just for you to stay at Beacon, and not just for me, but for RWBY as well.
Yang looked down for a moment, processing Blaze's words slowly before turning back up to him.
Okay, I'll come back. But can we stay somewhere else for tonight? I really don't feel like going back just yet.
Of course.
What seemed to be an awkward moment between the two was interrupted when a man began approaching them.
Well, hello there, Miss Beauty.
Oh no.
Look, I'm good, pal, and my eyes are up here.
Yang stood and tried to walk past him, but the man cut her off, grinning as he took a look at her, which made Yang scoff in disgust.
Oh, come on. I just want to say how lovely you are.
Yeah. Look, just leave, pal. I don't want to start...
Blaze walked over to intervene, but was quickly pushed aside as the man continued his advances.
Not to mention that lovely hair of yours.
As the club boy reached to touch the blonde's hair, she grabbed his hand, stopping him before kissing him in the cheek with her fist. Back at Beacon, it didn't take Bannon long to realize the kids were missing. Normally, he'd have to report to Ozpin, but when he arrived at their dorm, he found Weiss sitting there, alone.
Huh? Weiss?
Weiss looked up at Bannon, then looked away, wishing not to speak with him.
Where are the others? I don't see Blaze around anywhere.
He's probably doing another reckless thing again.
Huh?
Why would Ozpin choose him? I could have been leader.
What are you talking about?
Weiss looked over at Bannon, then got up, gritting her teeth.
I mean, I should have been leader of Team Blaze, not that cheater.
I don't know how many times people would have to say this to you, but Blaze didn't cheat. He
got in because of his recommendations. Yeah, I was told that story, and frankly, it has gotten old.
Well, it's the truth. Look, if you have any issues with my son, please keep it personal. But right now, I feel like your team needs your help.
They can do better just fine without me.
No, there is no I in team. There is we. You know, when I first met Winter, that is, when I started training her, I saw a high amount of potential in her, and with her attitude and skills, she easily proved it on the battlefield. You should have seen her when she stood up to Vegeta. However, when I look at you, I don't see that same person I saw in Winter. I only see someone that has gotten everything she wanted all her life.
Hey, that's not even remotely true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not entirely.
So the truth of all this is, this was never about Blaze being too young or him cheating. It was simply because you didn't get what you want. So I ask you, do you really think Ozpin or anyone would change their mind because you had a temper tantrum?
Weiss raised her finger to retort, but her mind blanked. Realizing she was stuck, she huffed defeated, calming down ever so slightly as she looked at Bannon again.
So instead of pouting about what you didn't get, I recommend focusing on savoring what you do have and what you have earned. So, hone your skills, perfect every technique I will soon teach you, and focus on trying not to become the best leader, but the best person, the best teammate you can be.
You all got some nerve coming up here.
Look, Junior, I'm sorry about last time. It got out of hand there. But we're not here to start a fight. We'll be out on our way.
Fine. I don't want to see any of your faces.
Won't be a problem. Right, gang?
Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll be sure not to trash your club next time.
Fine. Just get out.
As they left, the bartender walked over to Junior and whispered in his ear.
Sir? They didn't pay for their drinks.
What? Why would you serve them?
One airship ride back to Beacon later, Blaze, Yang, and Jaune arrived back at their dorm.
Well, I will have to admit, that was a bit fun.
I agree with that. But can we go get some rest?
Yeah, I think we could all get some sleep after that whole mess back there.
As they opened the door to their dorm, they noticed Weiss, looking as though she was waiting for them. The heiress stayed silent and walked up to Yang. Blaze looked cautiously once again at Weiss and Yang, expecting another argument to come out of this. However, what followed was something he never thought he'd hear Weiss say.
I owe you an apology. You were all trying to get along with me, and I tried to make this teamwork. But I just constantly judged you all, and made accusations due to me not getting the title I wanted. But I want to change that.
Blaze looked at his other two teammates, both of which shared the same stunned and confused look as he did.
Yang, I'm sorry for what I had been to you. It must have been hard dealing with all that pain in your life.
Yeah.
I want to let you know that I know what it feels like to have those parental issues. And it was one of the things that drove me to become a huntress.
Can't say I disagree, Weiss Cream.
Okay, one last complaint before we start working together. You are never to call me Weiss Cream again.
Sure thing, Snow White.
Or that.
Aw, come on. Weiss no serious.
Ugh, you are insufferable.
As everyone let out a small chuckle, save for Weiss, everyone walked back into their dorms. Little did they know, on the other end of the dorm's hallway camera, Oz sat in his chair, watching them with a small smile. Well, at least they're making progress.